Hi everyone, it's Max here, and I wanted to make you this farewell video before I headed off to Asia. I'm going to Malaysia and Thailand and Bali, and I'll be back in January. And I have a few things to share with you today. The first is a save the date, because we are going to be holding our next Enlightened Entrepreneur Experience February 18th through the 21st here in Corona, California, which is halfway between San Diego and Los Angeles. And I'll share more about that later, but if you are looking to become a part of this new school of business, you're going to want to save that date now because there's only going to be a limited amount of spots. The second thing is that I wanted to share with you some of what I learned from this last retreat we just did, which was absolutely the most amazing live experience we've ever put on. And people flew in from all over the world, and it was totally packed to the brim. And what I learned is that there were three primary areas in which most people were really kind of struggling. And these three things, interestingly enough, are also the three most important parts of your business. The first was that people had, for lack of a better way of saying it, money issues. They weren't comfortable charging more than they were currently charging. They weren't comfortable asking for what they were worth. They weren't comfortable getting into that money conversation. They weren't comfortable pricing their stuff above where everybody else was. They weren't comfortable moving from dollars for hours into a more leveraged model. And I'm just going to say it, this is one of the most important parts of your business, because it doesn't matter how good you are at what you do, you only have so much time in the day. And if you aren't willing to continue to allow your pricing to elevate, then you're going to get stuck to a certain plateau of business. So that was the first area. The second was around marketing and sales. Now, I've said this before, so many people in our community, they cringe when they hear that word because they feel like they have to turn into this manipulative person that's going to take from you and trick you into doing something. And I get that that's how many people feel, because that's a lot of what's out there. But there's a new way, and this is really what we're teaching in our events. But it's important that you realize how significant, how necessary it is to learn how to do these things the right way, because otherwise it doesn't matter how good you are. People aren't going to know about your service unless you get good at marketing, and people aren't going to invest in your service unless you get better at sales. So that was the second area. And then the third area was actually how to run your business. I call it conscious operations. What do you do to maximize your time, to put the right people in place, to make sure that all the angles of your business are covered? Because you can be great at marketing, you can have good wealth consciousness, but if you're not running your business smoothly, you're going to be scattered and mismanaging your time and getting stressed out and getting off center. And all this stuff is going to ultimately crumble down to the ground. And those were the three challenges that I saw people facing when they showed up at this retreat. And so I want to ask you, if you were to ask for guidance and support in these three areas, specifically, what would you want to know? Really get to the details of what you want to learn that will help you to not only get your message out to more people and make more money, but to do it in a way that you really enjoy and feel comfortable doing. So answer that video for me today, or answer this question for me today. What do you want to know more about in those three areas, as specific as you can, because then the next set of videos and posts that I'll make will help to answer those questions for you. And once again, make sure to save that date, February 18th through the 21st. We will be letting you in on that later on down the road here in a few weeks. But for now, I'm off to Asia, so I will talk to you on the other side of the world. I hope you're having a great day. Breathe, smile, soften, and enjoy the ride. Much love.